Hey guys, I'm no mechanic, but let's pretend to be one. Of course I hit the wrong button first thing, right out of the gate. Let's go to a barn, see what we can find. I'm just glad it's letting us go to a barn. We might have to stick this in the parking lot to raise some money before we can even repair it, but let's show you what it's like to go to a barn for the first time ever on this profile. And of course the first car it gives me is I hate working on those cars. Just a junky. Oh, there's 3 cars, holy cow. Bowen. We gotta get the Reptilia with the supercharged engine. Sweet. So barn finds are slightly better quality than junkyard finds, but they're hardly ever great. So this little Corvette, I can't really tell if this is the R2 or if this is the original. Let's look. Bolt Reptilia DR. I've never heard of that before. I don't even know what that is. Frame condition 88, interior condition 95. Wow, that's awesome. Body condition 78. The parts condition is 33 with a supercharged engine. This could be a great first buy. Wow. $50,000. I'm spending $22,000. There's a perk later on in the game. If you click on the toolbox, you've got that perk chart. There's a perk later on in the game where when you look at the car price that it's selling for, whether it's at a car dealership or a junkyard or a barn, when you look at the car price that it's selling for, up in the upper right hand corner, it'll tell you what it's actually worth. So you can see if you're getting a good deal or not. It's never really made a difference to me as to whether I was going to buy it or not. I always just buy the cars, but it's sometimes good to know that you can take a car, buy it, and literally sometimes turn around and sell it without doing anything to it and make a little bit of a profit. So we are definitely going to buy this car. That is very cool. Yes, and put it in the parking garage. Now this car over here, I hate working on these cars because it's such a pain in the butt. The trunk is up here. See, I think the battery is in there, yeah. The engine is actually back here. So it's a little clunky to work on, it's a little weird, but this car is worth a lot of money when it's done right and sold. It's probably why it's $27,000. So I can't buy it right now because if I buy it, I'm only going to have $200 left out of 28 and then 185. So I'm going to have about $300, $400 to spend on parts. That will only give me $400. So even if I go back to my garage and start doing oil changes and brake jobs, I'm only going to have $400. So I can't even buy this car, which is the reason why I waited so long to even go to a barn, because here's a car sitting here that I can make a lot of money on, but I can't buy it because it's too much money. I'd rather have that Corvette. See how much this Cadillac is. $27,000. Again, it gives me $1,000, $1,150 to play with. The frame and interior condition are actually really good. The body's good. It's just that global parts is bad. 411,000 kilometers though. So this is a really good barn if you had the money to buy all 3 cars, because you could make a lot of money fixing these up and reselling them. But I just do not have the money. And you can go through all these boxes. Everything that's selectable that glows, you can actually search and pick out parts and buy them. There's nothing here I really need, so I'm not going to buy anything. But later on in the game, when you become more of an expert at fixing junk parts, you can actually buy everything in here, fix them all up, and sell them for a profit. So something to keep in mind for later. I just can't do it right now because I don't have the money or the skill. So let's go home. So that cost us $100. We bought a Corvette, so at least we'll have some sort of a profit motive for going to that barn. Bought the Corvette, and it's we still have money to do some jobs in the garage. actually. Wait a minute. It moved it to the garage. I put it in here. Very cool. Now what I could do, I could take the time and just work on this engine. I could just take the whole engine out, take all the parts apart, see what's bad, see what's good, see what it needs. But right now it would just be a waste of time. I can't really buy the parts I need to fix it up. I can't really, I don't really have the skill to fix it up on my workbench. So I'm just gonna store this car until later, and then we'll work on it and make it a really great car later on when we have the skill points available to do it. So I remember this guy. Last time he took it off-road and scraped his oil pan off, and I don't know if he drove it in or towed it in, but he brought it to me with no oil pan on the car. Please install correct off-road tires and do whatever is necessary to make it drivable. And then replace the rear right door window, front right door window. So all three windows and the mirror on the right side. So let's do that first. Olsen Grand Club. It's missing all three and the mirror. So let's go to the store. Or the tablet. Olsen Grand Club. Alright, we need the right window. Front right. Rear right there. And the right side mirror. There we go. We'll go into assembly mode here and put these three windows in. Plus the mirror. And then we'll see what kind of tires he wants. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Oh, it's because I'm in assemble mode, that's why. Okay. There we go. Couldn't figure out why I was doing that. I was in assemble mode, so it gave me a different list of options when I right-clicked the mouse. This is a story mission. This is the second time we've worked on this car for this customer. So hopefully this is a money maker for us. It says install the correct off-road tires. I wonder what that means. It's got off-road tires on it. Didn't quite make it. I see more suspension parts that are all brown. Probably means they need to be replaced. Disc brake here. Another disc brake on the other side. All four brakes look like they need to be done. Let's go take care of these tires first. The wheels might be good. 58 and 58. Let me take a look. Tire, just two tires are bad. And I wasn't paying attention to see which side they came off of. Great. So let's see which tire is bad. 58s. There's a 12. Well, at least this will tell us what kind of tires to buy to replace the bad ones. So that's good. Yeah, it's the one that's 36. There we go. So it's an off-road tire B. 245, 45, 20. 245, 45, 20. $245, 45, 20. $1,000 for 2 tires. Wow. That's not it. That's the one. Alright, so we got the 2 tires fixed. We got a bunch of suspension parts. Radiator and fan. My goodness. So let's see what the number that's good is. 59, 58. Oh, that was good too. Okay. I thought for sure that the disc was going to be bad. Plates, U-bolts, control arm. Let's get those parts and replace those. I don't remember if we needed 1 or 2 U-bolts. I forgot to look at the first one. I know the second one was bad. The spring plate was bad. This bolt was bad. That axle looks like it's okay. Yeah, that bolt must have been bad too. There's not a good one in there. Except for the 2 that I bought. Yeah, it looks like the axle's good, so we can go ahead and take those spring parts off and get them replaced. Actually, that knuckle looks like it might be bad, so we're going to have to take that axle out. Wheel hub 3 is bad, and axle housing C is bad, so... Must have been rear axle housing C, or knuckle housing C. There we go. That was the one. And then wheel hub 3. Might as well just put this back together. Oh, I forgot to put that bushing in. That was good. Do you remember that? So we don't have to waste a new one on that one. $58 or $59 was the good number, so as long as we get above a $58, it should be alright. Something tells me we're gonna see this car again before we're done playing this game. 2 rear shock absorber B. The disc was good. Everything else was good. Let's throw that new rim on here. We'll see if it gives us a check mark for finishing that job. Since I don't know what corner that wheel came off of that needs to be replaced, or that tire, I need to check every time I put one on. So there's an off-road tire B that's still red, and that one's red, and that was a new tire, so that means it did not fix it, so I need to take it off. So I can actually put an old one on here. That should be good. Okay, that corner looks like it's done. Yep, gotta try and take it off, not put it on. I forgot to look at the U-bolts again. Leaf spring plate was bad. This bushing looks bad too. Yep. Another solid axle control arm. Let's buy these pieces, get this thing rebuilt. I should have enough bushings. I'll worry about that drive axle when I get to it. 2 more of those. Oh, just one of those. And the control arm and the bushing I should all have. Get that bushing in there. Now this leaf spring plate. Yeah, there's no 59% U-bolts in my inventory, so that means they both need to be replaced. Okay, and the shock absorber. And then we'll put... No, we gotta take the disc brake off of here and see if any of this stuff needs to be replaced. Should be 59s here for the caliper, and the pads, and the disc. See, that one actually looks good with this axle, so I'm glad I didn't buy that just now. So same thing as the other side, the knuckle housing and the wheel hub, I guess it's called. Put all that back together. Nice and easy. I just thinking about how when I started this game I couldn't figure out any of the controls. Everything was sloppy and couldn't figure out how to move the camera and move the mouse and do the things that I wanted to do. I knew it was just a matter of time. I knew I'd figure it out. It's nice to be in this position where now I can get done what I want to get done and not have to like fumble around and be clumsy about it. Now we'll put the new one on here. Let's see if that fixes our off-road tire on the list of things to accomplish. And if it doesn't, we'll know that they both need to go on the front. Off-road tire B red, off-road tire B red. So we need to take this one off. But we can put the used one on here. That's the one. Okay, see how much stuff we have left to do. Actually, all the parts that we've taken off that need to be fixed should be green. B plate 3. Rubber bushing we found but didn't replace. I'll check that control arm on the other side. That might have been it. And then the 2 off-road tires go up front and the radiator up front. I wonder if it wants me to replace this rubber bushing. Let's see. I said it looked good. I thought it was a good number, but maybe it wasn't. I thought it was all the way at the bottom. There's the rubber bushing. Okay, 2 rubber bushings, both fixed. So now we get to go up front. Take a look at those brakes. See what we can do up here. Oh, there's a lot of suspension. This subframe has got to come off. It looks bad, so looks like we're going to be taking apart the whole front end suspension. Okay, front drive axle A needs to be replaced. Bearing is good. Hub looks good. The knuckle cover, of course, is bad. Knuckle cover and drive axle A. Sway bar end link looks good. Double wishbone, that suspension, that shock absorber looks good. The outer tie rod is bad. Okay. The bottom suspension arm looks bad. Yep. Steering knuckle C. Yeah, here's where we're gonna make our money. This guy tore apart his whole car again. See if this axle's any good. Nope, both are bad. Alright, let me buy a couple things here before I forget. Caps, those are good. The bottom suspension arm I needed to buy. The outer tie rod was bad. The inner was good on that side. I'll come back to get that. That subframe, I think it was an E, but that was for the left side. Front drive axle A, there it is. That's what I wanted. And then the front knuckle cover. That was 2 of those. That was the things I wanted to buy right there, the knuckle cover and the drive axle. Looks like I'm gonna have to go buy one more bottom arm. And one more outer tie rod and an inner tie rod. Outer's 14, inner is 11, so yeah, I gotta buy more of those. I think I bought 2 of the knuckles already, so the bottom is good. Needs to be replaced. So let me get another bottom arm, and then an inner and an outer. I think that was it. I think I can actually remove this subframe without taking that steering rack and sway bar out. Yes. Cross member C. Let's go get that. Okay. Now we can start rebuilding stuff. I think that's everything on the list, right? It's gotta be. I've taken apart the whole front suspension. Alright. Someone out there yell and remind me to check this after I put about 10 parts together. We're just going to use new bushings on these because I didn't look to see if all 4 were bad, but enough of them. This one, and I can use used ones. Well, you know what? I might not use those 88s ever again, so let me get rid of some of those. Take a look at the parts list, see if there's any bushings on here still. Outer, drive arm, bottom arm, knuckle, tie rod, knuckle cover, tie rod, tire, radiator, knuckle cover. Okay, so no more bushings, so we don't have to replace bushings with 100%ers anymore. I can put this in there. The outer tie rod's got to be new. Sway bar end link should be old and good. Yep. We'll put that old top arm in here. Not the good quality ones, just the old used ones. And then we'll go back to the 88s. There we go. Wheel hubs are good. I know the inner bearings are good. Those caps, oh no, there was no caps. It was axles that were bad. So I'll get the axles put back in there that are new. That looks like it's it. The brakes are all the old stuff. That's fine. And then we should be using the new tire on this wheel. That should be able to mark off that new tire that's needed. There we go, steering knuckle. Get to that one. New outer, the new bottom arm with the old bushings. Those 88s might have been from another car, but they're better than what I took off of here, so at least they didn't cost me anything. So I don't mind putting the 88s on there in place of the 58s because, you know, at least it's not coming out of my pocket. Well, I guess technically it is because I could sell the 88s for more than I could sell the 58s for, but I'm not going to miss it. And this guy's such a good repeated customer. I'll give him a break. Give him some 20% better bushing. Wait. Yeah, that's right. I'll give him some 20% better bushings. Since he's such a good, reliable customer, and I make thousands of dollars off of him. Let's see, the knuckle cover, that's going to be new. The wheel hub, that's old. Then the old wheel bearing, or hub bearing, whatever you want to call it. New axle. Get the new disc on here. New, well, it's not new. Old disc, old pads, old caliper. New tire. Actually, I forgot to check the tire on the other side to make sure it checked off the green mark on my parts list. so both of those tires should be good, except for the radiator. Inner tie rod, I didn't do. And then the radiator. There was only one inner tie rod that I didn't do. That was on this side. It looked good to me, so I didn't replace it. And of course. So I'll have to take the tire off again. Then I just gotta take off the outer. I don't have to take everything off, just that. This inner did look good. It's 62. I don't know why it wouldn't. Yeah, that inner is new. So I just mount. It just want me to do it. It must want me to do it just because I did the other one. A 62%er should be good, but whatever. We'll replace it just to get him out of here. Strange. Okay. Before we put the tire on, we'll check again just to make sure the only thing left is the radiator. Yep. All right. Let's go get this thing on the ground and get that radiator replaced. Oh, it's because it's not there. I'm like, where's the radiator? Radiator A, which may be a little weird because I don't know what radiator fan you would need. I think it was radiator A, right? Radiator fan housing. I'll just look at the list. Well, it's kind of funny that it has a radiator fan housing, but not a radiator fan. If it has a housing, it's gonna need a fan, so. Surprised that's not on the list. It should be. It's not like you can buy a housing and not put a fan in it. That fan should be on the list. But it's not, so whatever. I think we're about done. Spent $3,700 to make $8,400. That's a good day. Almost $5,000 in profit. We'll take it. And with that, we'll call it the end of the video. We got to go visit a barn, buy a car. We'll work on that Corvette some other day. And we'll call that one the end of this video. Till next time.